But if that man is out there somewhere, probably not one of our listeners, but I hope you're doing better, dude. I hope you're not still berating 17-year-olds. I hope you got help.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to the show, people. Welcome to the show. Eat my shorts.
So here is to conversation.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Welcome to the Cash Exchange.
Welcome.
How goes it?
It's going good. I have a stack of supplies on my island right now so that I can make a very last minute Halloween costume. Jury is still out as to whether or not I will get it finished in time.
Ooh, what is it?
So we'll see. It's Amanda Young from Saw.
Mm.
She is the reverse bear trap girl.
Is that what you're going with?
And so I have all of the supplies to make the reverse bear trap right now. And I think that I can do it in enough time to be ready by Halloween, but I don't know. I do work for all of the days between now and Halloween, so we'll see.
What are your Halloween plans?
So I work in the morning, and I was thinking that I could be Billy the puppet at work because I can make that work with my general dress code, and then I could be Amanda Young at night. I don't have anything specific yet as to what I'm going to do because I'm still trying to figure out who would be available in that time frame. But I would like to go out for Halloween. I've heard that Austin is a fun city to be in on Halloween.
I bet. That's when all the weirdos get to be weird.
Crazy, since this used to be a city that was entirely based on the weird. And
Is
then
it
they
not anymore?
neutered our logo. No.
Oh, yeah. Just copying Dallas.
The logo is embarrassing. There wasn't more creatives in the city that could have come up with something better. I will say, though, it's very funny because there is an overpass, and on the side of it is written in enormous font the word boner, but it's in the new City of Austin logo.
You'll be glad to know that they recently just had a press conference about the yogurt shop murders in Austin and your general area.
Yeah. What came out of that?
They got him. He's dead,
Really?
But they got him. But then they also say that there's no way that one person could have done everything that was done in that time frame. So he didn't act alone.
I don't know a ton about the yogurt shop murders. Huh. I did not know this happened at a place called I Can't Believe It's Yogurt. Did not know that. I will be watching that documentary sometime soon. I'm sure there's a podcast about it I can listen to on my way to Dallas. All right. So, are you ready for your 3 things today?
I sure am.
What do medical testing, feet pics, and standing in line have in common?
2 of them are pedal adjacent.
Sure. Arguably all 3.
What was the first one?
Clinical trials for medical testing.
Medical testing.
I'm sure there's clinical trials for foot things.
Is it easy ways to make money?
Close. I had questionable ways to make money. You're not doing the best in your life if you are doing clinical trials, selling pictures of your feet, standing in line for money is a pretty solid side hustle, but...
Is there a market for man feet?
Of course there is.
I got good
Everyone
ones.
is someone's thing. Got hobbit feet.
How do I get into contact with the people that would give me money for...
There are websites for such finding.
How do you weed out the perverts? I'm not
going to plug them because they are not sponsoring us. If you are going to sell pictures of your feet I don't think that you are
Uh,
going to find anyone who is not a pervert.
hmm.
I mean, not yucking anyone's yum. I do hate feet, but if that is your thing and it is something that happens amongst consenting adults, then do you.
Are there professional male feet models?
There have to be.
Is this an untapped market that I could get myself into?
Imagine like Sperry's or
Mm.
I can't think of like a good male centered type of shoes,
I got
but
great
like
ankles
they have
too.
to have models. Yeah. You would have to have great ankles and probably shaved legs.
Uh, hmm. Deal
I
breaker.
mean, you could shave like up to the tube sock height. It's not like they're going full calf.
Uh,
You just got to shave a
can't
little
they
bit.
just can't they just edit it in post?
I mean, eventually, yeah, but you have to have some kind of clout behind yourself before then. Got to establish yourself in the foot modeling world.
Have you ever done a paid trial, clinical or
I
otherwise?
I've done some like we'll send you products and you review them kind of
Mm-hmm.
things. Um, I've done paid surveys. I've done a couple of like mystery shops. I don't think I've done any like clinical trials. I did a clinical trial actually. I didn't get paid for it, but I did participate in a like crowdsourced clinical trial a year or two ago.
Gotcha. You ever sold plasma?
I have, unfortunately. I am afraid to go back to selling plasma. I'm afraid to ever do it again.
Yeah.
I did for a good bit there.
Yeah, the last time I did it, it was not a fun experience.
Yeah.
So I was told, yeah,
Happened.
maybe don't come back. For whatever reason, and I have like all of my when I go to like the doctor and everything, they run all the tests that they do for like your checkup and stuff. All my numbers come back fine, but for whatever reason, the last 2 or 3 times I went to go donate plasma, my blood clogged the machine.
Oh,
Like
I didn't know that was an option.
like multiple times they'd come and they'd like massage the bag and then it would go for a little bit and then it would clog up again.
Huh.
So
I think if I remember correctly, that happens because of the thing that you ate most recently before the donation.
Hmm.
I don't have any concept of if that is true. It has been a while since I've donated plasma, so that might be
I couldn't tell you.
completely pulled out of my butt. But
All I know is that the last time I went, I was like, this happened last time too. And they're like, yeah, maybe this isn't the right avenue for you. I said, yeah, okay. That's probably best.
yeah, the last time that I donated plasma, I had a phlebotomist who I'm fully convinced was new to needles. Um, I don't honestly recommend donating plasma if you have other avenues, but she stuck the needle in my arm incorrectly. And don't get me wrong, like even with seasoned people, I'm sure they miss the vein every once in a while. I've been told that I have kind of difficult to find ones.
Mm-hmm.
When that is the case, you can pull it back a little and start over.
You can
What you shouldn't do
just root
is
around in
just
there.
like wiggle it around in there until you find the place that it's supposed to be. And I almost passed out. And so the moment that was over, I said, I'm never stepping foot in a place like this again. And now we're here.
Do you have neetophobia?
If there was an onset for it, it would have been that exact moment.
That would have been
Because
your evil
I would have,
doctor origin story.
yes.
Yeah.
I don't obviously dislike needles because I really enjoy getting tattoos. So I don't know that I could be like anti-needle in any case. I am anti whatever phlebotomy training program they put the people at BioLife through. The people at the Plasma Donation Center are a different breed.
I mean, they deal with some Looney Tunes. So, I mean, you just got to give up a little bit of your body juices, and you get $20 on your card or whatever.
You get a very obscure amount of money. Like, it's always an interval of 10, but like today you get $40. Tomorrow you could get 120, or you could get 10. Who's to say? Why is
Or
there
they
not
go
consistency?
they go with the drug dealer approach, and they say, okay, you've never done this before. All right, tell you what. So we'll just take a little bit, see how you do. But tell you what, we'll give you $100 for that. Tell you what, you come in the next 3 months. I don't know what, 4 times next 3 months. You can make a total of $500, and then you get hooked. You're like, damn, this is easy money. I just lay here. I'm just playing on my phone. They're taking all this stuff I'm not using. I'm not using all this life juice, and I get money for it. Sweet. And then after that 3 months is up, you're like, oh yeah, you get $40. Like, what? But before, my blood was worth $150. Well, now you're hooked.
I don't know what they use plasma for, if I'm being fully honest.
TVs? I don't know.
I would be down to donate again if I knew that it was going to TVs. Not like expensive spas where they do plasma facials. I don't know if that's a thing. It sounds like it would be a thing.
It sounds like it most definitely could be a thing.
Would you ever work at a plasma donation center? Did you ever be a phlebotomist?
No. I have never had an interest in that. I've never had an interest in doing anything in the medical field. I've never had an interest in dealing with other people's bodily fluids.
So no urine testing analyzer or analyst?
Hell no. No. You remember those little tubes of the M&M minis? You just pop the top off?
You don't like whatever is about to happen in this conversation?
Well, no,
that's
remember
what the M&M minis.
That if you don't get one of those like big cups, then they give you that. And those lids are difficult to put on, put off. So you're going to get some splashing. And they're just like, yeah, just put it on this counter. We'll clean it after you're done.
I don't think they give the women the M&M tubes.
Well, they give them. It's like Luke in the trench.
Situation.
Like trying to hit that tiny little target. It's ridiculous.
That would be.
I wonder if I were black, would they give me a bigger one? Probably not, right? It must be harder for them.
The hole is the same size. I don't think it's proportionate to the thing. I don't know that for sure, but
they don't have like a Magnum specimen cup.
Good Lord.
Oh, I mean, I've had my fair share. I had a CDL at one point, and so companies give you randoms all the time. I used to get randoms nonstop. They would do like a round of them every 2 months. Every 2 months, they would pick 2 people. I would always be one of those people. And I don't know if it was because they knew I was clean and I wouldn't get popped for anything, or if they were just trying to catch me, trying to find a way to get rid of me. I don't know. But I aced every one, so.
Aced every one. I'm pretty sure that's a pass-fail kind of test. I don't think you can get an A on.
I failed every one. Is that what you want to do? No, you want to pass it. You fail it, then you got something. You got some dirty wee wee. So I passed it, which would be acing it.
Sure.
Right? Okay.
Sure. Let's go with that. So you had a CDL.
Did
that ever lead to any crappy jobs? Did you ever have to do anything that fits into our topic for the day?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I got furloughed during the pandemic, and they were like, all right, it's got to happen this way. I was in where was I? I was in Miami And I get a call from my boss telling me that, hey, Trump's saying now that the airports are going to be shut down. I know you got a couple more days there. I can go ahead and fly you. We can change your tickets and fly you back home now. Or you can ride it out the 2 days, but there's a chance that you would have to drive back home because the airports are shut down. And I said, no, go ahead. Go ahead and change my tickets. I don't want to risk it. And he's like, this is all up in the air right now. We don't know what's going on, but we'll figure it out and we'll see where we're gonna go moving forward. And it's all right. And so I get home and everything's fine. I'm working. They don't say anything to me. I'm all good. I had a trip planned for Vegas, which was going to be the first time that I was going to Vegas as an adult, as a legally able to participate in Vegas things adult. And it was all going to be paid for by my company. So I was stoked. I get a notification saying that my ticket was canceled. Uh-oh. And so I call. I was told, hey, yeah. So we're going to keep you home for now. But on Monday, you're going to go meet up and we're going to discuss everything that's going on. So, okay. So I kept chugging away, kept working, just real excited for this big Vegas trip. Mm-hmm. And Monday rolls around. I go into the office. I get sat down in front of a laptop in front of the guy that sent me home from Miami early. And he was like, so business is going to take a big turn. All this stuff that's going on, the pandemic and everything. So we're going to have to furlough you for 6 months. And that sucked. Yeah. It sucked that I got temporarily fired from a computer screen. I know that I'm not alone. I mean, I'm not, oh, woe is me. Like, things are fine now. Mm-hmm. But after that, it was crazy trying to find work when all these people were getting fired. But one thing I did have was my CDL. And after applying all kinds of places, I knew that I was probably going to fall into construction because I had a background in construction, and construction didn't stop. It slowed, but it didn't stop. And so I finally get a call from this company while I was at Walmart, and it was like the company that I applied for that I least wanted to work at. And he calls me, he's like, hey, this is whatever from wherever. I was like, hey, what's up? And he was like, we want to hire you. Like, no interview or anything. Literally just, okay. Which should have been a sign. That definitely should have been a sign. But what I ended up doing was I was hauling cinder blocks from a manufacturer to construction sites all over the place. Okay. It was crap money, but it was something. It was real crazy hours dealing with traffic. First time I was ever in a company vehicle that had a camera that was pointed out, but also pointed in. Mm-hmm. And it would ding if it sensed that you looked away from the road for too long. Okay. If you didn't have both hands on the wheel. If you brake too hard, if you whatever, all that stuff. Obviously, construction in Texas, you're going to be dealing with a lot of Spanish, which I can get by. I can't speak it. I can kind of understand what people are saying most of the time, but there was no direction for this. They didn't tell you, yeah, whenever you get there, go here. So you got this big tractor trailer and you just got to find somewhere to park it and go find someone to talk to, where to put it in, trying to weave it into all these tight spaces and everything. And overall, the work wasn't too bad. It was one of those ones that had the forklift on the back. So that was fun to operate until it was fun to operate once you knew what you were doing. Mm-hmm. I lasted there 4 months and I was just I had just started getting used to how everything worked. There was one time I put the forks in to one of these pallets that was on the bed of the trailer, and I didn't realize that I had the one next to it as well. Lifted it up, sent an entire pallet of cinder blocks tumbling off the other side.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so had to clean that up. Uh, but other than that, I got called in one time because the AI said I did something. I was listening to a local radio station that does like funny bits and stuff in the morning, and it could not have caught the a worse part of this. And they're like, "What were you listening to?" But
What were you
all in
listening
all,
to?
it was the ticket. I mean, it was a sports station, but they talk about some risque things in the morning.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't even remember what it was. It was probably some character that they were doing, but yeah. So was not a fan of that. Wasn't really a fan of the job as a whole. And then after that, after I'd been there for 4 months, I got the call when I was making a round trip. It was my second round trip of the day to Houston. So I'd started at like 2 a.m. I picked up the truck in Dallas, drove to Houston, picked up a load, came back to Dallas, then had to go back to Houston, and I was on my way back to Dallas. And I got the call, and it was my boss, and he was like, "Hey, I think we're ready to bring you back." It's like, thank the Lord, because this job is the worst.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was with good people. It was it just wasn't for me,
Sure. Yeah.
and it was a good experience. But other than that, it was a pretty crappy job.
I don't have a ton of good things necessarily to add to this conversation, largely because I've been in the same industry for most of my time in the workforce. And I've been in restaurants for a very long time. It's not fun a great deal of the time. It is a mentally and physically exhausting job, and a lot of people
It is.
don't see you as people, which is a bummer. Uh Specifically in the same timeline as the story that you just told, like the serving post COVID was the most dehumanizing feeling I've ever experienced. Because
Yeah.
I was expected to be on top of a million different kinds of cleanliness that like I had no control over,
Yeah.
which was really tough. Um, but I also know that there are 1,000 other much crappier jobs, even in the same kind of industry that I work in, because hospitality has a wide variety of awful subsections. I would never want to work in like hotel maintenance.
Mm,
I don't think I would survive as
housekeeping.
a
Housekeeping.
in like hotel housekeeping, yeah. Because the amount of things that I personally imagine that they have to clean is too much. To run the risk of you being the person to find someone deceased
Mm.
is something that I'm not willing to do.
And then once they get the body hauled out of there, you gotta clean it up real quick so they can rent it out again.
I mean, they'd have to involve like crime scene cleanup people for that, right? Since it's a massive biohazard.
I've heard conflicting stories. I don't know if it's always necessary, but I don't know what their limitations are. Like, if they walk into a room, there's no body or anything, but there's like blood on something. Do they have special protocol? Do they have to call somebody? I don't know. I've stayed in enough hotels that I should probably have some grasp on it, but I
think
don't
so,
know.
yeah.
I would I would think that they would probably err on the side of get it cleaned up and pretend like it never happened.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just my pessimism. I don't know. I would like to think that
I
the people that need to be involved are involved in every scenario, but I know that's not the case.
I think we talked about it in one of our like really early episodes of like how haunted hotels would be. And it's something that like I think about now in the context of like I don't know the last time that I was at a hotel, but I think about it when I think about hotels, and it's that a lot more people die in hotels than you think. And a lot of the times it's because when you're on vacation, the last thing you think of is your medication, which is
Hmm.
insane to me. I get it. But like, if you think about like older people, say you have a heart condition
Yeah.
and you have medication that you have to take every single day. When you're in your regular life and your regular routine, you're going to take that medication every single day. It's a part of your
Yep.
day. When you're on vacation, you think you can let go of your normal routine, including the life-saving heart medication. It just slips by the wayside. That's not a thing you're allowed to do. So a lot of people die in hotels because they don't take their meds.
Huh.
Maybe we didn't talk about that. I don't know. I think it's really interesting. Very sad.
To my knowledge, I can't think of a time where there has been an ambulance that pulled up to a hotel that I've been staying in. Lots of fire alarms.
Yeah.
There was one time Emily and I were in a casino and we were on the 14th of 16 floors
Mhm.
and the fire alarm goes off.
Okay.
And of course, you can't use the elevators when the fire alarms are going off. They
Mhm.
deactivate them. They drop them off at the closest floor and then stop moving.
Yeah.
And we ended up having to take all of our stuff, throw it into the suitcase that we brought, and go down 14 flights with it. When we get down to the lobby, we go and say, "Hey, what's going on? Our fire alarm was going on off. Is there a fire? Is there do we need to do something?" And the clerk at the desk just looked at us like we were crazy. And then they were like, "Oh, no. Yeah, there's just a false alarm on the 12th through 14th floor. So it should be all good." I was like, "It should be or it is? What is it?"
Mhm.
Uh, no, I'm pretty sure it's good. Yeah, you're good.
Go back to your room, find out.
Okay, thanks. So we ended up taking the elevator back up and everything was fine as far as we could tell. A couple months later at that same casino, the fire alarm goes off and we're on the casino floor. Nobody cares. Not a single person could be bothered
That
to
sounds
care
about
that the
right.
fire alarm is going off. And then people people working at the casino would be walking by and "Hey, should we be worried about this?" And then they're just like, "No, you're fine." And then just run off in the other direction. So
It's reassuring.
I will say that those two experiences have made me a little jaded to fire alarms, a lot more than I should be, because after that, there were a couple times when I was traveling for work and I was in the hotel by myself and the fire alarm would go off and I'd just be like, we'll be fine.
Mhm.
If I don't hear people making a mad dash down the hall, then I just don't even bother. But
That
then what if everyone is going by the same logic and then everyone just burns to death? I don't know.
you're all just waiting for Chicken Little.
Yeah.
Yell the sky is falling.
Yep. So
Huh.
if I die in a fiery inferno, you'll know why.
I got really used to the sound of fire alarms because there was a while where the apartment complex or maybe the parking garage across the street from my apartment would go off every couple days. I don't know why. I don't know if people were if there was just extreme testing happening in just this one parking garage. I don't know if someone was just lighting mini fires just to start things every couple days, keep it interesting. I don't know. It was awful.
I had someone come down from Baltimore, and I was training him to work in my field, and we were out and about one day. It was a Wednesday at noon. If you are in Texas, Oklahoma, Probably Kansas. If you're in Tornado Alley, you know what happens Wednesdays at noon. They make sure that the tornado sirens are working. And it goes off. Guy freaks out, loses his mind. He's like, "What's that?" I was like, "Oh, no, man, that's just the tornado siren." What? What? Do we need to like get out of here? No. No, I I realized that I never said that it was a test, but it was a bright sunny day. So,
Oh yeah,
was this idiot
tornadoes are
think a
coming.
tornado is going to come out of nowhere? No. So,
Maybe.
part of it was on me because I didn't specify that it was a test, but also this guy's kind of a dum dum. So, I went with it. It's like, nah, man, we're good. We're good. No, I think maybe. I don't know. We hear them all the time. They're usually nothing. But did you hear about
That's
the
me.
one that happened in Moore? Oh boy. Yeah.
Wow.
And so I mean, I if it is not Wednesday at noon and I hear it, I am aware of it, but I also don't heed much warning from it. And that's not
I
good.
think that I think that most Southerners are very cavalier when it comes to the idea, or at least not necessarily Southerners, but yeah, like Tornado Alley people. I think that they're all just very cavalier about the concept of a tornado. I
Yeah,
think that there's probably a massive concentration of storm chasers that are just in this little subsection of America.
I think it blows people's minds that whenever we hear a tornado siren, most of us don't hunker down. We're out seeing if we can spot it,
Mhm.
and they're not anything to mess around with. It's not something you want to get caught in,
Right.
but it is a rite of passage and a badge of honor if you're in this area and you can say that you've seen a
In
tornado
watching
with your own
distance.
2 eyes. Yeah.
I I don't think I would ever want to be near a tornado. I'm fairly certain I've seen one in my lifetime,
Yeah.
but like I'm good. I don't need that badge of honor. I need to
I
actively seek
remember
out the tornadoes.
in the 7th grade, we were learning. I mean, it wasn't like a new concept or anything. Like we knew what tornadoes were, but
Mhm.
we had watched a video about a famous tornado that happened in Fort Worth, and it destroyed a very like a piece of the Fort Worth landscape or skyline in downtown. And it just so happened to be the same building that our mother worked in. And I
Oh,
told her, "Hey, guess what? The building that you were just at all day today, at one point was completely ravaged by a tornado."
why would you do that?
And she did not appreciate that information. I
Why
thought
would
it
you
was
do that?
interesting, but she did not find it as interesting as I did. I mean, you ask me what'd you learn at school today, I tell you, and then you bite my head off. Like, not cool, man. You either want to know or you don't
It's
want to know.
fine. Tornadoes don't strike
Pick a
the same
lane.
place twice, right? That's
That's what I
tornadoes, I
heard.
think.
Yeah. And then if you're real lucky, you get to see Twin Lightning. Twisters was a great
Is
movie.
that a Twisters? Okay.
Yes.
I have not seen it.
We got twins. That's a good movie.
Little
It
Philip
holds up.
Hamilton and the human capybara.
And it has nothing to do with my love for Glenn Powell.
Hamilton or Glenn Powell.
Yeah. So, I mean, what was your first job? It probably
My
wasn't a
first
fun
job
one.
was a Marco's Pizza. I've still been in food for all of the time I've been working.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And you were on your way to manager. What happened? Is it
I
because anyone with a
was
pulse can be a manager of Marco's Pizza?
I was shockingly offered a better
Uh,
opportunity. Didn't know there were better opportunities than Marco's Pizza, but that was
you could
how
have
I
been
got
management
into I could have
because you
been
left
Chef
there to go
Marco.
to serve, right?
I did, yeah.
Be a server.
I left there
Same
for
place I
my
worked.
first serving job. Yeah. And that was also short-lived because the post-church crowd are some of the worst people I've met in my entire life. The Sunday
They're
morning crowd is some of the worst I've met in my entire life.
they're very particular. They
They are incredibly mean and very needy. And I
and
I
I think
don't mean this in a like religious people sense. It is post church in the sense of like that time frame. So the like 11 a.m. to like 1 p.m. on a Sunday.
the
Anyone who
brunch
comes to a
people.
restaurant in that, yes, brunch people. Absolute nightmares. Generalization? Sure. But I've worked in the industry for long enough, I feel able to make that generalization.
And it usually is the case that they they gave all their
Their money to Jesus.
monies to Jesus, yeah, and left you the scraps. Which I mean,
I used to get a lot of the little Jesus loves you pamphlets and the fake $100 bills, and there is quite honestly nothing more sadistic than you not tipping your server, but instead leaving them a fake $100 bill, and if you unfold it, it tells you how to get into heaven.
I mean, what would you rather? $10 now or eternal salvation?
$10 right now.
Oh, okay. Wow. Well, I
I'm
guess
confident in
when
the
this is all
salvation of
said
my
and done,
soul. Pay me.
I'll look down and say, "Hey, miss you."
I mean, we both missed the rapture a couple weeks ago. So, were you on that side of TikTok?
No,
The
I
newest
got
religious psychosis?
all the post rapture. Oh man, you mean it didn't happen? I got all that side, but I
Okay.
didn't get the time is nigh mess.
I don't think I got any of them directly necessarily. I think I only ever saw videos that were like stitched with people who were selling all of their earthly belongings.
For cheap?
And for decently cheap, yeah.
For MSRP?
I did it was a weird thing to watch, both because it was incredibly sad if you think about it too hard, and because why would you worry about selling things if you think you're getting raptured? Wouldn't you just like give them away? You don't need them, and you also don't need the money that you make off of selling them.
It shows a lack of faith.
It does, yeah.
You
Maybe
can't
that's why they
take it
didn't get raptured.
when you die. So why not just give your earthly belongings to someone who maybe isn't going to have eternal happiness and live on a street paved in gold?
That is true. Let us, people that aren't going to be saved, have a little bit more fun.
The Left Below. I can never remember which one is like the actual one and which one is the Simpsons version. There's Left Behind and then there's Left Below.
Left
And
Behind is the real one. Left Below is the Simpsons one.
okay,
I am 90% sure.
but they did such a great job parodying it that I can't tell the difference. But
I've never seen either. Or
my
I've never seen the actual one.
experience with serving was neutral. I mean, there were good things about it. There were bad things about it. It was good that you were getting daily money,
Not a thing anymore.
but then you were also being shafted by managers with your $2.13 an hour, and you'd be there for 100 hours in a week, and they're going to say, no, I'm pretty sure you were here for like 20, all right? You're 20 hours, right? Yeah. The people, I mean, it wasn't highfalutin. So you got what you got. Sometimes you'd get good ones, sometimes you get bad ones. It was the first time that I, as a male, have been told you should smile more.
How did that make
Which,
you feel? Did it make you smile more?
no. It. I mean, they're like, you just look so angry. I was like, I don't look angry. I look neutral. Like, am I doing my job correctly? Then that should be it. But no, I definitely feel for the women that are told that they should smile more. Like, is this person doing their job, doing what they were hired on to do and being paid to do? Are they doing it appropriately and adequately? Then leave them alone.
There was a shift in my first serving job, and I was 16 at the time, 17 at the time. I was new to serving and was still learning things. Um, I had a guest write on the back of his sign slip after he didn't tip me. Actually, write on both sides of his sign slip in essentially like 12-point font all of the things that were wrong with me.
Oh,
And genuine question for anyone willing to answer me: what has to go wrong in your life for you to write a dissertation on how your 17-year-old server ruined your life? I don't remember a single thing that was wrong with me or my service in that situation, but like, who hurt you?
you don't remember any of the notes?
I don't.
Any of the tips?
I have
You
repressed
blocked
it,
it out?
thankfully.
Yeah.
This dude, I don't remember any of the content, but he was mean. And I was also like 17, so I was already emotional by nature. And this dude just like ripped me to shreds at a job that I had been doing for, at that point, maybe like 2 months.
Did it make you stronger? Did it make you better?
I don't remember any of his feedback, so the world may never know.
Are you a better server now?
I am, yeah.
Interesting. So, prior to being chastised by this random person, you were not as good as you are now, post chastisement. So, one could argue
So,
that perhaps, maybe, just maybe. Yeah, I mean, maybe.
I'm good at my job in spite of him, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I learned,
Mhm.
I have dedicated my entire life, the entire back half of my teen years and thus far all of my 20s, to just being better because of that man.
Yeah. Well, hey, everyone has to have their motivator.
Yeah.
If your motivator is to prove this man wrong for the rest of your life, then at least you'll be better for it
Yeah.
when it's all said and done.
But if that man is out there somewhere, probably not one of our listeners, but I hope you're doing better, dude. I hope you're not still berating 17-year-olds.
Hope he got help.
I hope you got help.
I've done a little bit of everything. I worked in construction, talking to myself because no one else spoke English. I've worked in a kitchen, washing dishes. I have worked in an arcade, ran laser tag, fixed games. What else have I done? I worked at Walmart for a hot minute. That one was a bad one. I started overnights, and I was maybe 3 weeks in, and that was when our grandmother passed away. I mean, we knew it was coming. We didn't think it was going to be this quick. But obviously, I had to drop everything I was doing and go to Oklahoma. And I made sure to call and do all the steps they told me I needed to do if I wasn't going to be able to work a shift or whatever. And I did that. I let the proper people know through the proper channels. And after we took care of all that, I come in for the next shift that I was available, and the manager walks up to me and says, "Hey, noticed you called out for a couple shifts earlier this week. Just wanted to let you know that you are on a probationary period and you're not allowed to call out for the first 3 months." I was like, "Oh, okay.
I'll go tell my grandma.
Good to know." Yeah, my grandma died, but yeah, sorry I wasn't here to throw this dog food on the shelf. And then after that, I had spoken to some people, and that's when I got on to the construction crew. And I go in and I did what I thought was right. Instead of just rolling up in there, flipping the double bird and say, "I'm out of here," I wrote a letter to this same manager, said, "Hey, thanks for the opportunity. Just want to let you know that due to circumstances, I have to tenure my resignation." So it wasn't a 2 weeks notice or anything.
Yeah.
I go in there and I'm not scheduled to work, but I hand him this letter. He reads it. "Oh, what? You're leaving us?" "Yeah." "Oh, I was really hoping that you'd stick around."
That's what they all say.
"Well, I'm not. So thanks. Bye." And I got out of there. And I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't assume that's every person that works at Walmart's experience. I'm sure everyone's dealt with a little bit of that, but it was just like the stereotypical, like, we're going to treat you like you have no other option, so we can just do whatever we want. And it definitely rubbed me the wrong way. I stopped going to Walmart for a long time after that. Was not a fan. I still, every time I'm in that Walmart, I always get an itchy feeling.
I could see that.
So that was one of the more crappier jobs that I've had. And then after that, after construction, I went into where I'm a different company, but where I'm at now. And then from there, I moved into the current company and been doing this for me and my son were just talking about it this morning, going on 13 years now.
Oh, wow.
So
That's impressive. You're about to get your picture on the wall.
if only it was 13 years with the same company.
Oh, never mind.
I've got, I'm going into 7, I think. We're going into 8 here. So we'll see. I did get my extra week of vacation though. So
Okay.
whoop, whoop.
Nice. Look at you go.
I think after 10 you get like a full year, or not a full year, a full
What?
month. You get a full month. You get 4
After-
weeks.
After 10 years, you get to take the 11th off. It's a little treat.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be something?
What would be like the worst job for you personally? Like
Mm.
I was thinking about it, and I think one of the worst jobs that I could ever have would be like a celebrity's personal assistant. I think that would be absolutely miserable.
You get a lot of runoff though. You make good connections. You could be the next Kim Kardashian.
Hard pass.
Well, I mean, wouldn't you like to be able to admit that you have no concept of how much a gallon of milk costs?
No. I,
No.
as it stands, would never be comfortable admitting on a worldwide on the internet that I don't know what a gallon of milk costs.
Mm.
I think it would be maybe a decent place to be financially, but I don't want to be so out of touch with reality that I don't get to do my own grocery shopping every now and again.
I mean, you could go the Michael Jackson route and
Buy
send
out a grocery
people.
store.
beforehand, to empty it out, and then you can go just so you can remember what it's like to go
Sure,
pick up your Twinkies and Ho-Hos on your own.
That sounds awful. To be the
But
only person that's not an employee in that store, have all of these people outside because they know that something big is happening. That's why they got booted out of the grocery store. And then for every employee to just be like trying to sneak a peek or like get a picture of you. Awful. No, thank you.
I mean, there's got to be some perks to it. To the runoff, you get your celebrity uses a Prada bag to walk from the store to the car just so they can get some money from Prada. And then that bag goes in a pile. Like, hey, can I have this? And they're like, yeah, I guess. It's garbage, but sure, you can have it. And then you got yourself a brand new Prada bag. Don't you want that runoff?
I don't think so. My purse is a backpack from Ross, and that's kind of the quality that I tend to stick with.
David Schwimmer?
Yes, it's got dinosaurs on it.
Let's see, what would my least favorite job be? I've been in the vicinity when the porta potty cleaner guy comes out. I don't think you could pay me enough to do that.
Is it just like a vacuum?
It is a vacuum, yeah. And they root it around in there and then take it from point A to point B and then got to go dump it all.
I learned in looking up some stuff for this episode what a honey wagon was.
I have no clue what that is.
A honey wagon is a large truck whose entire purpose is to transport septic tank contents. That is a very deceptive name for a pretty gross thing. I know that septic tank emptying is incredibly important, but I didn't want to know that they were called honey wagons. Why are they called honey wagons?
What are you going to call it? The shit truck?
Yes.
The poo pickup?
Yes, I would like poo patrol to empty my septic.
The crap caravan? I mean, it's like when a morbidly obese person is named Tiny. It's like, what, you can't call him Fatty McFat. So you just call him Tiny, and it's just as insulting. So you can't call it the crap wagon. So you just have to call it the honey wagon. And everyone gets the joke, and everyone feels a little better. Oh,
sure, yeah.
Honey, I got to get up at 4. I'm driving the honey wagon. Sounds a lot better than I got to get up at 4 and haul people's shit from one place to the next. So I'm all for that name.
I do support the porta potty emptiers as the worst job because I am genuinely terrified of porta potties.
There was a time where I was, I didn't have direction in my life. I wasn't sure that I wanted to go to school and get a degree. I wasn't sure that I wanted to find a trade and go that route. But in my decision-making process, one thing I did know that I did not want to do was deal with other people's waste.
Yeah.
Whether it be blood or
etc.
Yes. And so that immediately took plumbing out of the equation. I would much rather have been electrocuted with 300 kilovolts than to get someone else's mess on me.
Fair.
Plumbers make great money if they know what they're doing.
But it was.
Electricians make great money. I would think that electricians' work is a lot more dangerous, but your chances of getting some OPP, other people's poop, on you is far less with being an electrician than it would be a plumber. So
In any of the jobs that we talk about, though, the odds are never zero.
they're never zero.
There's
The
always
job I'm
that
doing now,
remote possibility.
the job I am doing now, I have run into situations where I have been in proximity to other adult humans' leavings, and I'm not a fan of
Yeah.
it. I do not appreciate it. And so
I've
even
heard,
with the best laid plans, still the one thing I said I didn't want to happen, I still run into it.
yeah, I've heard some horror stories about the industry that I'm in. None that I care to share because they are very gross. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of incidents in the restaurant industry that happen with people's various bodily fluids or solids.
Like leaving a streak on a booth? Like, what are we talking about?
There was a specific instance. I had a manager that was telling me about a time that he was bartending at Chili's, and there was a nice, like, pretty old man who was a regular there. And there was a point when he was just like hanging out that the rest of the people around him started to notice a smell. He hangs out there for a while longer, and he gets up and goes to the bathroom, and as he goes to the bathroom or, like, goes to leave, he leaves a trail behind him.
It's like breadcrumbs to find his way back to the table?
I believe so, yes. And so he just left a trail of waste behind him that he was not, because he was just, like, chilling, so he was not aware of any of this.
Was he inebriated?
I think
Was this an alcohol-induced situation?
From what I understand, from the way the story was told to me, he was just old and not aware of what he was doing.
And this was at a Chili's, because this is
This was
Applebee's
at Chili's.
behavior.
It
This is not
indeed
Chili's behavior.
Applebee's behavior. I mean, it could have been tolerated at the Chili's at a certain point in time. Chili's has been elevated in recent times.
There was one time, and I was going to say no offense, but definitely offense, because this is the worst city I've been to. And I don't care if you're from there. Your place sucked. Oakland, San Francisco. Awful. God-awful place to be. Alcatraz is cool. Golden Gate is but everything else just straight up sucks. Emily and I were there. We were at an Applebee's, and there was a fella who just casually walked in with a handle of gin and was just taking swigs from the bottle. And no one said a word to him. Not a single person. He sits at a table in the bar area. The server comes up to him. He's got this handle, and he's just taking swigs of it, orders his food like nothing's up. 15 minutes in, he starts getting antsy and just starts like doing laps around the bar with his bottle of gin, and then goes outside for a little bit and then comes back in. His food gets delivered. He's not there. He's off in wherever. No one says a damn thing to him. And I can't think of an Applebee's anymore without thinking of that incident and how I never want to step foot in an Applebee's again. I don't know if it's a California thing. I know their customs are a little different. But holy moly. I don't get it.
The last time that I went to an Applebee's, which was a long time ago, but not long enough for this to make sense, there was a smoking section. And I think that is the only thing that you could possibly need to give you a measure of quality for Applebee's.
Was that in Texas?
Yeah. It was in DFW in Burleson, I believe.
An active smoking section?
They had an active smoking section.
Like people just lighting up?
there was a person smoking, but it was labeled as the smoking section. And I remember at that point being just taken aback because what do you mean there's a smoking section?
I think it would blow the kids' minds if we went somewhere and there was a smoking section. Like, I remember there's a Denny's that we went to as kids around here that would have the restaurant, and then there's this door you can go through, and then it's just covered like wall to wall windows and just a hazy picture of all these people eating their eggs over my hammy with a Virginia Slim. And I can still vividly remember it and thinking about how gross that is and just how bananas it is that you can't be away from your cigarettes for long enough to just have a meal and then step outside and go partake in your cancerous endeavors.
I don't understand why that would be enjoyable.
I don't
You
either.
having to do your activities together. Like it doesn't feel like there should be overlap in that situation. Are you in a rush? Did you not smoke on the commute to wherever you're headed next?
Oh, I will say that there was a time where it was novel to us, and so we tried it out, and it's not fun. It's not. Everything tastes gross. Whenever you're not partaking and everyone else is, it's nasty.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that is a thing of the past. And even now, like we went to a trunk or treat this last weekend, and we were walking back to the car, and a dude in front of us just lights up a cigarette, and the kids like gagged, like
trunk or treat.
Ugh. You don't know what trunk or treat is?
No, I was asking if this was at the trunk or treat.
I mean, it was
like he was around the children smoking a cigarette.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was, we were kind of in a different section. Like there was a trunk or treat over here, and then there was some other stuff to do over here. We were walking back towards the trunk or treat area. But yeah, it just lights up a cigarette, and we're downwind of him. And the kids have no chill when it comes to that. Like, oh, what's that smell? Ah. I'm like, yeah, that's my kids. You shame him. You shame him. You save his life. And
Get it.
yeah, I mean, like you're just it's not like a relaxing thing. It's you are actively doing something. Like you're getting in cardio, so you're getting your heart going, your lungs going, and then at the same time you're also destroying your lungs. So you're sending your body some real mixed signals. Smoking's bad, kids. Don't do it.
Smoking is
not
bad.
Even once.
Vaping is just as bad, if not worse. Don't do that either.
Yeah. Oh man, vapors. Good Lord. That was something that we did encounter like at the trunk or treat itself. Was a woman walking with her kid just reaches through her collar into her bra and pulls out one of those, I don't know what they're, the vape things.
The geek bars, probably.
Yeah. I mean, back in my day, you had to go to a place to get the fluid, and then you doused your little cotton doohickey. And
you built a very cool modded rig.
Yeah, that's how you got your vape. Not this pre-made stuff you buy at the gas station.
Disposables. We're such a consumerist society.
Even when it comes to our nicotine.
Now a lot of people have moved on to the nicotine pouches. And I, again, from the standpoint of a server, hate them. So
they leave them all over the place?
They leave them everywhere. They get stuck to the bottom of tables, the bottom of chairs. They get stuck to plates, and by the time your spit dries, it is glued to the plate that it's on. They are discarded all over the ground in the restaurant, where I have to usually by hand pick them up at the end of the night. The reason, there's a lot of reasons that frustrates the hell out of me, but the number one is that I know, because Nate uses the little nicotine pouches, I know for a fact that those things come with a little holder for all of
Little
your discards
receptacle.
at the top of the container.
Yeah.
You are choosing to do this. Why? There was a day that I had a like big party, and it was on a like patio. And so it was on like gravel. All of these tables were set up on gravel, and it was all like 20 something dudes. And I think the perfect target, like the perfect encapsulation of the demographic for those little pouches is 20 something dudes.
The Shane Gillis crowd.
The Shane Gillis crowd, yes. By the time they left, there was basically just like a blanket under the table of the little zins. And I had to pick them up by hand because it was a gravel patio.
Did you at least have gloves?
I did, yeah, but that's not the point. Every one of those containers that those little pouches came out of had a discard bin.
Did they at least tip well?
There was an autograph. They didn't have to. Be that as it may.
But did they do the classy thing and tip on top of it?
They did not.
Oh, dang.
Just silliness.
It is silly. I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
Why would you stick it to your chair or your plate or your table? Like, I don't understand. I didn't understand when people did it with gum. I really don't understand it when people do it with their little nicotine pouches.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Nobody cares about nobody else.
This is true.
But you talked about the job that you would least want. What is the job that you would most want?
I would want to be a professional animator. I would want to do something in the arts.
Have you thought of moving to Korea?
I have, actually.
Yeah?
I don't know how hard it is to get a visa there, but I think that it would be very cool to live in South Korea.
I mean, I can't imagine it's any harder than like Discover or MasterCard. You just got to fill out the application, run your credit score. I think Visa is actually one of the easier ones to get.
Mm-hmm.
Are they different in Korea?
Maybe. I don't know.
Are they called Risas?
Stop it.
I love Koreans. Some of my people I've known have been Korean. So
Some of your people you've known.
I've known Koreans, okay?
Very proud of you. Yeah?
At least I think they were Korean.
Oh, God. What is your dream job? What would you want to do in an ideal world?
I love this podcasting stuff. If I could clock in and do the talkie talks, and then everyone else does all the other parts, that'd be that would be a dream come true.
That would be cool. I think in that case, you might want to look into being a radio personality first. Getting good with like iHeartMedia.
Oh, I think I already have an in with iHeartMedia.
Really? What in do you have with iHeartMedia?
Adjacent.
Use those connections, man.
Yeah?
Get on the big boys streaming podcast streamers.
Yeah? I could be the next Rogan.
Yeah.
I could be the next
Do you want to be the next Rogan?
Corolla. I think Corolla's more my speed than Rogan.
Yeah. I could see that. I've never listened to Corolla's podcast, but
All right. So, we've talked about our crappy jobs. We've talked about what we think are the crappiest jobs we could ever have. We've talked about the jobs that maybe the future holds in store for us. What do you have to say to people who are maybe lost in the shuffle, trying to find their way to the best job? What's the best way to avoid a crappy job?
I think I'm the wrong person to ask that question to. I am pretty pessimistic when it comes to the job market these days. I think that what has transpired has been just a bunch of silliness. A lot of the jobs that were entry level at one point are being overtaken by AI. And the jobs that, like, I've had a degree for 4 years now, and I applied to things from my junior year of college. And the longer I spent on that process, the more I realized that there weren't actual people seeing any of my applications. So it didn't matter if I was qualified for the job. It didn't matter if I was the right personality, the right skill set, the right tenacity for the position. I was never going to get in front of an actual person because it is all run through applicant tracking systems before it gets to an HR person, maybe. And then I don't think there's a whole lot of dodging the crappy jobs at the moment.
My suggestion to whoever needs to hear this would be, no matter what the job is, do your best, make the best of it. Things will fall in line how they're supposed to. Maybe you just got to ride it out. Maybe you got to vacuum out porta potties for a hot minute before you get that dream job. Just make the best of it and keep on keeping on. And then if you do everything you're supposed to, then things will fall in line for you. Don't lose hope.
Wise. Wise words.
Thanks. All right. And on that, we'll see you.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.